Welcome to Pennsylvania in Focus. I'm Aliana Kernodle. A Philadelphia area McDonald's onboarded a new worker last Sunday, former President Donald Trump. Joining me with more on this story is the Center Square's Pennsylvania editor, Kristen Smith. Kristen, tell us about this story.
Donald Trump made a visit to a Feasterville McDonald's, which is in Bucks County, and that's a very pivotal swing county in southeastern Pennsylvania. He's there because he's trolling Kamala Harris, for lack of a better word, who's really built her campaign on her roots as a middle-class child of divorced parents in Oakland, California. And she said that during college, she actually worked at a McDonald's, reportedly in California. So Trump has been claiming, though, that this fact of Kamala's previous work history is a complete fabrication meant to make her more relatable to voters. Notably, he hasn't produced any specific documentation, but some of the reporting around this outside of the Center Square has pointed to the fact that Kamala Harris hasn't listed McDonald's on any of her prior resumes, which, I mean, you could really look at either way. She was the Attorney General of California and then a senator. So really, does she need McDonald's on her resume? But I digress. So he showed up to show, to kind of prove that he is, despite his multimillionaire status, he is a person of the working class, or at least he's someone who is willing to roll up his sleeves for 30 minutes and really try to, relate to these McDonald's workers. He showed up early Sunday in Philadelphia, revealed that he was going to go do this after hinting and saying that he would for a week or so before he actually showed up. And then he showed up Sunday afternoon and he worked the fryer, which I'm sure everybody knows that French fries are probably McDonald's most popular menu item. So his decision to work that fryer is also another knock at Kamala Harris, who says that she worked at the fryer too.
And what's some of the footage we got from this?
Sure. So there's lots of footage on his social media accounts showing him coming in to McDonald's and putting on this apron that's black and yellow. And of course, he's got his, white business shirt and a red tie on. And he is seeming very happy about doing it, all the while, again, knocking Kamala Harris. But then there is footage of one of the workers showing him how to work the fryer, how to scoop the French fries. Later on, we see him at the drive-thru window greeting customers who seem very excited about him being there. He covered the bills for all of these customers. There's other footage from media outside of the McDonald's filming him as he's serving these customers. He's, joking with them, laughing with them. And then at one point, he wishes Kamala Harris a happy birthday. So he's really showing up in true Trump form, where he kind of straddles that line between almost corny, out of touch, rich conservative versus his down-to-earth, snarky sense of humor that's really resonated with voters and I think really helped draw his fan base to him in 2016. And that's only grown in the last 8 years, especially as partisan politics have become so heated. And the divide that's really grown in rural and Midwest America with working class voters versus the more educated, coastal, liberal mindset that's been prevalent in the major metros for the last 2 election cycles. So his choice of McDonald's really points to that cultural divide that's happening. And even though it's probably not going to shift a lot of votes in either direction, it'll definitely go down as a very iconic moment in campaign history.
And how did Kamala Harris respond to this event?
She basically said it was just a desperate attempt to discredit her because he's got nothing to run on and that he's losing the election and feels desperate to keep Pennsylvania. So she didn't really take much stock in these criticisms or really try to play into him as he might have wanted.
Well, Kristen, thank you for your insights on this story. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com.